So hi everyone, today in this video we're going to discuss a bit about how to apply one of the things that science seems to back, that is like one of the most important things that you can do in order to feel less stressed, in order to feel like that you're less overthinking about the things. That is applying the art of living in the present. And living in the present, it can be applied well by doing mindfulness. That's like the way that the meditation can give you something useful for your life. So what you have to understand is that our brain is like a machine, is like our other organ. It has paper. It has a paper to make interpretations about the reality. Is one of the that we can do in order to survive. That by surviving, it's like something that we tend to say that's things that we most like as a species. The species tends to always want to fight to survive, to have kids, to have so that our gene is going for next generations. And so our body, everything that our body has, it has a function. And brain, obviously it has. And one of them is previewing the future. What seems to like is that probably we're seeing today that a lot of people, we preview the future too much. So what I want to say, we're so surrounded, so much stimulation, so much information that we can predict a lot of scenarios. So I have a lot of needs. I have needs to pay the bills. I have the needs to educate. I have the needs to connect with people. So feeling and having a good image for these people. So I have a lot of things that I have to take care about. And this gets me so in a position that my brain is always wondering. I have always food for thought. And the reality is that it can be dangerous in a way that I don't have specific activities that I can apply and do it now. Because when I'm not doing nothing, our brain starts to divagate, because if it's not present in a task that I should be now, it starts to divagate and start to divagate for the past. So I start to remember things that I've did, what I should not did, what I did like, and I as well start thinking about what can happen in the future. And the reality is that we have to get, or we have the ability to manage it to, or in order to get as useful. So I think in the future, but I'm look for more in a positive way. So I always wondering and thinking what are the things that could be useful for do now that could impact in the future. I can look for the past and start thinking about things that I've done that now I would modify in order to get better results than what I've got in the past. So I can, it's like as different ways that we can get results from doing a action. Depends the way that you do the task. Because if you do the task in other way, imagine that now that you have time in present, you're not doing nothing. If you have like a lot of free time and you are working or thinking about the future, or you think about the past, and that's why a lot of people, we don't like to feel bored, because when you feel bored, our brain doesn't have nothing to do, and so it goes for their inner side and start thinking about it. In other houses, things that we like. Some ones, they tends to be for more the bad side. That is, when thinking about the future, they always think about breaths, so they kind of got triggered in the immune child, so they become more anxious, because anxiety is like the fear. Anxiety is fear, and one of the things we have is things that can happen in the future. Like that I do like in my life. If obviously I can as well have to face something that I don't like, probably I will face it. What can be these things? So when I'm not thinking in the present, I'm not having a task, and when I'm not having a task, I go for the present or the future. And sometimes we cannot modulate, because when you're thinking in the future, we can become anxious. When you're thinking for the past, we can become a bit depressed, because we look for, and if we have like a reference level of life that was better in the past than what we have now, we kind of get motivated, because you see that who I had this, I don't give value, I don't have gave value for the thing that I had, now I don't have, now I feel bad. So we kind of get go for the present child type of states. If you not so enjoy this free time that you have to be present on the moment, or if you are, if you don't have the skill to be present on the moment and not start thinking about things that are not present in the moment, you can as well have the ability for thinking and in the good terms that are like taking advantages of what can happen in the future. And so doing tasks right now, start building tasks that helps you. So starting, oh, probably will be useful to now that I'm gonna get older. It's something that I accept, something that I believe, and I'm stronger mentally, telling that I can deal with what are the things that can happen in the life of someone that people most are like desired to don't happen. And so what I can do, or I don't can do nothing, or try to avoid it, but don't feeling a chance about that. And so start building a plans to work out. I look for the best and start building learning so to don't happen in the future. And so what this video is to focus is, if you have and you're gonna have and you have this free time, and instead of you trying to avoid this free time to being addicted in social media, that's something that's bad, because you're trying and you're avoiding this type of free time that you should have, that is good for resting. Is good for resting. You're not getting stimulations. It's much less stimulated when you're just wondering about the future or the past. You not have to stimulate to absorbing information that you have in social media, in screens. And so you should, or having the ability to manage this free time, because in that, what happens, talking just purely about psychology, if you have the ability to manage and don't feel anxious or depressed when you just have like free time, you start so brain you start wondering, if you have the ability to manage it, so the action of having free times, it will become more, or working in being something that you're going to do more, because you're working in decreasing the type of bad side that comes with doing the action. And we have learning and between the actions that, or have, or in general have the two, or have like the low bad side things that comes with, and have good things that comes with doing the action. And so what is the power in this video is to how to be present more in the instead of just wondering, if you don't have the ability to manage for good things. So how we do it to be present in the present right now and not wondering. Why is action? This is action. You have to understand that you're trying to make action being something that's going to happen. And so you have to understand how you do it. It's like a learning. What you're doing is learning. And so what will you use? Well, you seek for what science seems to say that's good to you have to so retain a learning. So what's learning you get is when you don't have nothing to do, you be more in the present moment, or even if you have more to do, you not start worrying too much about you have what you have to do, what you did not, what you did not in the past. And so be present in the moment to the task, or be present in the moment that you have free time, you just want to chill and not be so have your dogs being not controlled by you. And so you want to do and build this learning. You have to build your neurons, you have to be the connections that makes you so your brain works like that. And that's why enters here the mindfulness, because mindfulness is like you make as a routine that you're going to spend like 20 minutes a day, that you're going to do exercise that is scanning your body. So you're going to put you in a mode that you're just going to be focusing in the present, that is focusing in the senses that gives you all the parts of your body. And obviously you can have a guide, exist videos on YouTube that helps you to make so this task, or you can go by your own, by your own. And so you can start by your left feet and do the scan in your left feet. Later on you go for right feet, and then it's obviously you can focus in each side, and you can do, and to be more easy, you can start by up to down or down to up, and you focus it. You focus in left feet, focusing during some time, focusing in all the parts of your left feet, and send though the transition without any type of stress. You take your time, watch the time that you want to get to focus in each part, because what you're doing is that it's good because you can do in your day-to-day life. It is useful to make, and you it's like reconnecting, recharging your energy, because you're not having too much stimulation, your brain is resting, and you're training the skill that's one of the most important ones, and people less have today, this focus. In that term is focus in the present, by focusing in the parts of your body that are present in the present. So what you have to get from this action is something that has not just the ability to increase your ability to be present in the moment, is well something that it complements, is not something that doesn't help you for your day-to-day life. No, it's something that recharges your energy, makes you, it's like a rest that you can do. It obligates you to be resting, not be when you're resting being your phone, because when you're not phone, you're not in reality resting. Even if it's, you say that you think that you have done like intellectual job, let's your work, and you go for fun to rest. Not. You, when you're phone, you require your brain to be and be aware of the things that scrolls in your media, and it's something that spends your energy. And so mindfulness has this ability to be something that helps you to build a skill and something that people like, that will be not always overthinking about the past, about the future. And so in this as well, this complement of being something that helps you to recharge your energy during the life. And while obviously this is something that fights stress, anxiety, that's one of the things that we consider as the bad side effects of living in a world that's so advanced that probably people requires you a lot of productivity so you to remain your bills getting paid and get your dreams getting accomplished by having to get performance to receive good money to travel. And so really think it's not takes you too much. It's something that has just more than advantages of just working in your ability to present in the moment. That's something that helps you to deal with anxiety, stress, and depression that you can get for focusing too much on things that had happened in the past. So really take care about how the mindfulness can be something important for your life. I expect you, this was enough to put you in your routine, day-to-day life, apply it. Just take it 20 minutes, can be like between your job and that you can take a room and you do it and you're gonna see that's gonna help you. So see you in the next one.